Joining me now, Eric Scheiner. Eric is the Senior Director of Media Research at Media Research Center. Eric, good to have you with us.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
The fake news is in overdrive like I've never seen it. I go to the White House every day. I'm a White House correspondent. The negative stories on Trump, they just are relentless. It doesn't matter where you go. Washington Post, New York Times, Los Angeles Times, Chicago Tribune, CNN, McClatchy. It doesn't matter where you go. Pittsburgh Post Gazette, Virginia Beach Pilot, and then CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, CBS. It seems like 90% of the stories out every day are anti Trump. In fact, Eric, I said this for the past 2 days. We subscribe on the show to a clip service. It's called Grabian. Now, Grabian's not partisan. They will put out the clips that they think their subscribers like us want to run on video, right? They just put them out. Comes up at 4 in the morning. You subscribe to it. It's expensive. And normally it's about 50-50, right? So you go through them, you pick, in your rundown, I want this one, I want that one, like the one you just saw. The last 3 days, they're running 90-10 anti-Trump. 90-10. Like I'm scouring for something that is not negative on Trump. And it's not because Grabian's choosing that. That's what they have available. They have to choose from what's available. What is
Yeah.
going on here, Eric?
Well, this is the bias. We at the Media Research Center looked at Trump's first 100 days, just the beginning. And this started early on with the media 92% negative coverage of Trump. And it's not just about Donald Trump, it's about his cabinet picks. That was in the 90s as far as negatives. It's for the issues, whether it's immigration or tariffs or any other issue that he's promoting. Well, they're going to run 90% negative against it. This is what the media does. And it's really hard for conservative information to break into this ecosystem because now we have the tech teams and the tech platforms, your news feeds on your iPhone or Google or MSN or Yahoo. They favor the left leaning sites. They don't want to have information from the right at all. So any positive information, you mentioned that hopefully things spike up a bit after the State of the Union address. I think anyone who watched the State of the Union address that is moderate to left leaning probably heard a lot of things that they didn't know about because the information isn't getting out there. That was the president's pretty much his only opportunity.
So it's just relentless, and it's hurting his poll numbers. It's depressing the base. I mean, we went through this in 24, but nothing like it is now, and I don't know why. Like it is so relentless that our base. You just saw the Texas numbers. You saw it in the Texas State Senate race where Trump lost 20, we lost a seat. Pennsylvania, Trump lost 15, lost a seat. Virginia, blowout. New Jersey, blowout. Trump voters just not showing up. What's going on?
Well, it's disheartening when you don't hear any positive information. I think many people didn't know about all the records the stock market had under Trump, all these good numbers that have been coming in, the employment numbers, because the news media isn't talking about that. They're not giving that the opportunity. In fact, I would say, especially on the tech platforms, I mean, you have a whole conservative media ecosystem that has no outlet other than X on the tech platforms. They're being smashed down. In fact, we looked at Meta AI and Google's Gemini, and we simply typed in, when did he lie to the media? We didn't say who. When did he lie to the media? Well, guess what? It all came back Trump. It was overwhelmingly information from Trump. They used the information from the Washington Post. They had over 30,000 instances. And what are some of their instances? Oh, well, he lied over 200 times when he said Democrats like open borders. Well, they consider that a lie. When he talked about Hunter Biden's laptop, oh, they considered that a lie or disinformation. So it's hard to get people excited when they can't get the good information to feel good about their candidates, and it's unfair. It's extremely biased, and I think it probably is impacting voters to some degree.
All right, Eric Schneier with us from MRC. That's the Media Research Council. So you've described the symptoms. what's the prescription?
This prescription is to force these, make people aware that these tech platforms are suppressing the information and getting the information out there using alternative methods. X has been good. Trump tried to launch Truth Social, but I think X is still probably the major platform to get information out. But getting rid of the bias and making people aware, and the government aware. These companies are publicly traded. If they're saying they're being arbitrary, clearly they're not. When you get this information, and this tech battle is going to be the new battlefront, really, for a lot of conservative viewpoints. I mean, Apple alone. We looked at the month of January. 620 on your Apple news feed. Most average people, just accept the news feed that's on their technical device, their Apple device when they get it. 620 to 0. You think 620 left or moderate stories is disturbing. It's the 0 right-leaning stories that is disturbing. The fact that none came from conservative news sources whatsoever.
What is your level of concern about this trend continuing in depressing our base going into the midterms, Eric?
I'm very concerned. I mean, this is one of the main focuses of the Media Research Center is we have to get this information out there. We have to make lawmakers aware about the bias. We have to make the public aware of this bias that's going on. And a lot of people say, well, it doesn't matter what's being said on CNN and MS Now because nobody's really watching it anyway. But the problem is these tech devices, they're grabbing those headlines. That's what's popping up on the phone. That's what they're linking to is the Washington Post, CNN, MS Now. So that's where they're getting all of their information. This is the information that's being used in AI. When you ask AI questions, they're grabbing these headlines. So you're just having this refuel of leftist information being pumped out on all these different platforms. So yes, it is depressing sometimes because you're like, this is a good thing. This is good news. That's why I think a lot of people were a little bit excited over the State of the Union address because they heard information that they said, oh, there is some good things going on here. I just don't hear about them.
I mean, we thought it would get better. So let's just have a candid discussion, Eric. I've been in this business a long time, as you know, mainly on the newspaper side, the broadcast side for the last 15 years. And I thought as we went through after COVID 24, I thought that because of Elon Musk and X and because of, we exposed all of the censor people and the proliferation of new media, I really thought we had a breakthrough opportunity. And it's worse this year than it's ever been in my lifetime, as far as I'm concerned. Worse than when there were just three networks. It's just unbelievable. It's like you say, 91.9, 92.8. We just can't stop it. And a lot of these companies are making no money. They're going out of business, like you saw what happened to Washington Post, et cetera. They lose millions. CNN loses millions. All these people lose money. But they're being now propped up. They're just propped up by these, communist billionaires around the globe. Or so, I don't even know where these people come from. But we've not seized the initiative in media like I thought we would. I mean, my wife Ann and I own the largest independently owned and operated conservative news talk radio network in America, the largest one by far. But we can't break through. We can't break through the fake news, and so many people are still tuning that in, and it's bigger and badder than ever. And I'm not sure now what we do. And then on our side, we have influencers that are dragging down the movement. Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, this guy Fuentes, Alex Jones. They're all a bunch of crazy people dividing us up over clickbait. What is the solution here? And by the way, I'm not a fan of any of those people.
I gathered from the way you talked about them. The solution is I think you're right. We're fighting for our lives here. This is a fight of getting information out. And you mentioned that, the networks are just as biased as there ever were. And now they're taking it to the tech front. And the tech front is backhandedly bringing you over to the information that the leftist news sites are giving you. So they form this wall, and it's not only just the news sites and the tech base. Now you see all the controversy going on with Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel lies and says, well, it's a MAGA person that shot Charlie Kirk, and he gets taken off the air. Well, he blames he's a leader of free speech. Well, I told a joke. It wasn't the joke, it was the lie, and it's a lie he never apologized for. So you're getting it on the entertainment front, you're getting it on the news front, you're getting it on the tech front. So what we have to do is continue to focus. I think the tech front's the future. Tech and AI is definitely the future. If they take garbage in, most people we all see that little AI button in the upper corner when we go and we ask something of the internet. And we can and a lot of people don't go beyond that. So where the AI is gathering that information is going to be key. And there is initiative to make sure that that's open, that it grabs both sides equally. It grabs a spectrum. Right now it's not, but the move to make that happen needs to happen. It's something that a lot of people are looking at. So, if we can break through on the tech side, I think that opens up a lot of avenues for conservative viewpoints.
Well, I mean, in order to do that, you have to win, because if you look at the tech bros, Eric, again, this is a time for candor. All the tech bros are going to the White House. They love going to the dinners there. They love President Trump. The tech billionaires are all going there. They're all chummy, and they all want to be on the team, and they all want to bring their wives and say they were at the White House, and they want to get a hat signed, right? You see all that. You and I, Eric, both know, if the Democrats take over, they will abandon us in about 2 days and all go to them, right? Because they don't care about anything but how much money they're making. Right now, Trump's the guy because he gets them in, he gets them the juice, he's trying to help them with this and that and the other thing. But the minute we lose, okay, they'll shift sides like that. You and I both know that. So the only way to stop this is to keep winning, but yet we got to fight this battle, and it's depressing. I mean, what I'm upset now about is not only the negative coverage that you guys point out every day, but it's now affecting our base turnout. They have finally hit the sweet spot where the negative coverage is disheartening our base. They've managed to do that. And so I'm raising the flag here that we got a very short period of time to turn this around. And normally I got a solution. I don't really have one. Do you?
I don't have a solution at hand other than to continue to, like what you're doing, make people aware, and hopefully make people aware of the bias that's going on in this media, especially on the tech platforms. And hopefully it will be brought to light. People will complain. People will drop using these news sources. I myself and many other people have taken these news feeds off their devices because I know what I'm getting is garbage. I don't need to see this garbage. I'll go and search for things myself. We can encourage people to do that. But you're right, it's disheartening. It's going to be a hard fight. There is absolutely no doubt about that.
So tell us a little about what your objective is here at the Media Research Center, Eric.
Well, our objective is to keep doing studies like the ones I mentioned in the past. Let's take a look. Let's publicize. Apple has gone and said, well, a lot of these tech platforms have said, well, it's a human thing, it's an algorithm thing. They always seem to have excuses. Try to force them to question their excuses. Well, why is it this way? Why does it have to be this way? Continue to publicize it, put pressure on them, make them have to think about it, make their board of directors think about it, make people decide that maybe they don't want to keep these news feeds on their news stream. By getting the information out there, hopefully people can make an informed decision. And again, if you put pressure on the board, like you mentioned, the people with money are going to do with whoever is in power. They just want to keep making more money. So you have to focus on making people aware, and people have to be active, and people have to make the choices in order to put pressure on these individuals. But the main thing is getting the information out there to people. And as we said, not only is that hard to do with all these studies, but also it's hard to get the information out there because the conservative media ecosystem is so suppressed by these tech platforms.
Eric, thank you for your time. Love looking at your studio backdrop, your studio right out of 1965. Record
I'm in
albums,
I'm in my home studio today, so
record albums. You've got that. You've got reel-to-reel tape recorder.
I do.
You've got a video camera, basically from the 1968 Democratic Convention in Chicago. Very good stuff you got going on. I couldn't find the 8-track tapes. I'm sure you got them somewhere in there.
It's over to the side of the reel to reel.
Vintage. I mean, just seeing a reel to reel makes me laugh. It just is like, okay, I grew up with a reel to. I mean, I got my first tape recorder was reel to reel. I thought I stuttered, so I was supposed to talk into it to practice. I was a severe stutterer, so brings back memories. I that and to stop stuttering, they gave me a metronome. You know, like how you play the piano.
Right? Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I have to
To
put the
speed with
tape
the
recorder
cadence.
on and read something. And so you have to slow the metronome down because I couldn't talk. And like if the sentence was, "Hello, Eric, how are you?" It would be, "Hello, Eric, how are you?" So you'd follow the beat of the metronome in the tape recorder and play it back. Then every week you're supposed to speed it up just a little tiny bit. So inside story. Thanks,
You
Eric.
overcame it well.
Well, it is. You know what? God puts obstacles in front of you. I mean, stuttering. Not a good thing growing up, but as far as what do you want to call it? Handicaps go, it's way down near the bottom of what you could have. So I'm a lot better off. Eric, thanks for being with us. People want to follow you. Where do they go?
You go to mrcvideo.org or mrctv.org, and you can find all of our videos that we produce for the MRC right there.
Jared, not next. You're on the John Fredericks Media Network. Thank you, Eric. Trucking the truth. Stay with us.